So we're going to start with the video, even though the song, I think, is number 6 on the album. We'll do the video first, and then we're going to go through the album. And I think the video is the only video in the entire album. So the rest of it's going to be kind of audio, but we get to listen to it together. After we go through the video, the whole album, which will be basically a just an album listen. We'll just kind of give it the vibe check, see what chili we're digging on each song. And then after that, we are going to watch the 2 episodes of the docuseries that have already been released. Hope on the Street, the NEURON. J-Hope with, is it Gaeko and yoonmirae? There we go. Look at those buttons, bro. You don't even know what's going on with these buttons. All right, here we go.
I'll tell you again, we'll never ever give up forever. I say it again, we'll always be a light to move on. 나처럼 다 내 몸은 자유형 Still freestyle 성 없는 나의 영 A whole new type So 뿌리 깊은 나무 샘이 깊은 무 그 미가 바로 날 깨웠던 새뿌리야 We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us I'll tell you again We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us 살아본 인생이 얼굴 위에 드러날 때 거울에 실눈을 떠 이 정도면 not bad 강직함을 위해 승모의 힘을 뺐어 주어진 수십 가지 motivation 세포와 세포 사이에 이어진 연결고리에서 사는 이유와 의미를 촘촘히 조립해서 세상의 번개 delivery 공의 비거리가 잘 던지길 던지는 그들이 선택할 목 이제는 폭탄을 품지 않아 크루에게 공을 돌리고 주말엔 남은 고아들과 캐시볼 변방에서 메트로 어린 시절 피아노 옆에 메트로놈 그걸 맞추는 게 일이 됐고 사인의 갯돈은 여전히 살얼음 미래의 불안감은 유령처럼 무대 밑바닥에서 와이고 소리 질러 외치고 돌아와 집밥을 슴슴한 간으로 휴식해 Make some white noise We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us I'll tell you again We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us
Yeah J-Hope, check up yoonmirae, we on a new level 사랑과 평화 움직이는 내 맘속 2 letters Throw your peace in the sky 손가락 2개로 but no okidoki bullshit 요 검은 날개는 단 baby T 뜨거운 불꽃 피는 미소 지내기 시 J-Hope that gave T the beach ride Look at your man like how she get the best buy Cause you can learn to flow with passion, it can't be tough I got a passion for the game, hustle never stop Music and family, that's what it's all about They keep me going like day in and day out Music and family, that's what it's all about You keep me motivated on the days I hate it Reminded that God created something special again I made it
We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us I'll tell you again We'll never ever give up forever I say it again We'll always be a light to move us
J-Hope, baby T
NEURO attention NEURO 반응해 모든 내 세포 Get up, new, get
Interesting. Even without knowing each other's stories, we create moments of love that bridge the gap. Okay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Until I started to see, there's a specific part. Hold on. Oh, there it is right there. Right here. Okay. There was one piece visually that made me perk up. Now, I say perk up because I'm watching this, of course, and like, admittedly, I'm looking for Hobie. Every frame, I'm like, like a dog trying to get out of a car. I got to find him. Okay. And he's just not there, right? Enough for me. So I'm starting to watch this. I'm like, okay, well, are they telling a story? Or is this like one of those projects, like initially that was like, we need a visual to go with the song to push it out more for more exposure? That's where my director brain is going. And then the first moment that made me perk up was this first scene with the kid dancing. Okay. And while he has got some moves, it was the fact that his backdrop was all the people in the video, the characters of the video. That's what grabbed my attention first and made me kind of go, okay, I think I see where you're going. Right here. Oh, and Yoon is so good.
Yeah. J-Hope, check up yoonmirae, we on a new level. 사랑과 평화 움직이는 내 맘속 two letters. Throw your peace in the sky. 손가락 두 개로, but no okie-dokie bullshit. 검은 나의 난 baby T. 뜨거운 불꽃 피는 미소 지내기 시. J-Hope, they gave T the beach ride. Look at your man like how she get the best buy. Cause you can learn to flow with passion, it can't be taught. I got a passion for the game, hustle never stop. Music and family, that's what it's all about. They keep me going like that.
And this was the second part. This was the second part that made me go, okay, yep, I see where you're going. Interesting. You're pulling me in. You're pulling me in. Because so far, the rest of it for me was like, okay, it's not bad. It's okay. Little pops of color. Okay, that might mean something. Okay, interesting. And I will admit to you, part of my brain will always be in BU mode. Always. Because, like, that's the real meta part of storytelling. Not just visually, but with a good storyteller, you have these very layered pieces of the story that if you don't get, you don't get. You still understand the story, but if you get it, it makes you go, right? So I started to look at some of the colors and the pops and where the color drops were happening. But then this was the second point where I said, oh, okay, I think I see where they're going.
Music and family, that's what it's all about. You keep me motivated on the days I hate it. Reminded that God created something special to carry. I made it. We'll never ever give up forever.
That little chorus right there is a musical hug.
Say it again. We'll always be a light to move us. I tell you again. We'll never ever give up forever. Say it again. We'll always be a light to move us. J-Hope, baby, sing. And if you are on attention.
And here is where I'm going to make a bit of a stretch, okay? Because, like, I see some of the lyrics, but I'm also trying to see the visuals, right? So it's not like I have read every single line and lyric throughout the whole thing. But the NEURON piece of it made me wonder if, and I'll need some of you sciencers to help me out here articulate, the NEURON aspect being essentially a very core part of nearly everything. And with this song and this video particularly, there are these different tie-ins to us essentially all being connected in some way. The fact that we're more similar than we are different. Oh, I would love to know what that says. Neurons are nerve cells that send messages all over your body to allow you to do everything from breathing to talking, eating, walking, and thinking. Neuron is a nerve cell. Thank you, sciencers. And see this part right here, all of a sudden I went, okay, there's going to be some stuff to kind of deconstruct here. But then they kind of gave it to us, which is not a bad thing. But they really they tied the bow on it with this last piece. Even without knowing each other's stories, we create moments of love that bridge the gap. I really, really, really love that. I know that doesn't surprise you because most of you spend a lot of time here and you kind of get how this whole thing works, but I think it's pretty powerful. I like what they did. Well, I bet you there's all kinds of goodies in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How much time do you have? Oh, I'm hungry. See, and the camera, too, with, okay, so the neurons, nerve cells, things that make us move. Wait a second. You're sciencers. I was hunting for Easter eggs, Joyce. I totally was. Neurons, nerve cells, neurotransmitters. Okay. I will admit I may have been thinking of neutrons. I never said I was a sciencer myself. I am married to a doctor, but it doesn't quite work when I didn't go to grad school myself. Okay, neutrons, not neutrons. My theory's a little off now. Oh, this is awkward. Thank God I didn't do this live. Oh, that would have been really weird. I was like, neurons, that doesn't sound right. But you guys are all agreeing, so I'm like, well, that must be how this goes. Neuron was the name of Hobie's dance crew when he was younger. I didn't know that. Neuron. I thought it was Just Dance. Was that Just Dance? No, that was from BU, for crying out loud. I don't know what's reality anymore. There you go. Thank you, Rondo. Neuron is an underground dance crew formed in Gwangju. In second year of middle school, J-Hope became the youngest member of local underground dance crew and went on to scoop up awards at several dance competitions. He was already considered a dance maverick in the area long before he ever became an adult. His skills became known in the community, and he worked as a dancer in this group and also in the underground scene. Nice. Well, there you go. So not neutron. It's awkward. I can't let it go. Oh, man. I was way off. Damn it. So neurons, huh? Things that make us move. I still think my theory is kind of on point. Maybe not with neutrons per se, but the connectedness of it all. I mean, hell, the quote says it right there. And here's another little tidbit for you. It says, even without knowing each other's stories, we create moments of love that bridge the gap. Well, they kind of put that also into here when the boy goes to the camera. All these film strips and pictures and stuff. I mean, every one of these are moments. Oh boy, there's close-ups. What do you think this 7022 means? Oh, 2022 maybe? July of... Okay. Oh. I know there's no real secrets. Actually, I don't know that. I'm trying to tell you very politely that I'm not going to be you this too much, but a little bit, okay? J-Hope, we on a new level. You can learn to flow. Be patient. Be patient with Roscoe. Let him cook. Huh. What chances of that? Pictures, okay. A whole new type. Ain't enough. Yeah, let him cook. He knows what he's talking about. Except for neurons. Rude.
Never ever give up forever. I say it again. Will always be a life to move us.
Yeah, I kind of assumed, who was that? Carol Ann? Yeah, I kind of assumed that it was mostly the lyrics to the song, but because of the scatteredness of it all, it wouldn't surprise me if they hid little things in there. And Rondo, you had said that I had heard, is it Gaeko or Gaeko or Gaeko? From Indigo? Oh, it was not from Indigo. Oh boy.
힘을 뺐어 주어진 수십 가지 motivation 세포와 세포 사이에 이어진 연결고리에서 사는 이유와 의미를 촘촘히 조립해서 세상의 번개 delivery 공의 비거리가 잘 던지길 던지는 그들이 선택할 목 이제는 폭탄을 품지 않아 크루에게 공을 돌리고 주말엔 남은 고아들과 캐시볼 변방에서 메트로 어린 시절 피아노 옆에 메트로놈 그걸 맞추는 게
So you notice there's all these different ways that they're visually kind of demonstrating these moments that they're talking about and the way that people can connect. So like even from this point here where the boy pulls up and I'm assuming it's a taxi, we see the guy sketching on the bench and we get a snapshot visually.
이제는 폭탄을 품지 않아 크루에게 공을 돌리고 주말엔 남은 고아들과 캐시볼 변방에서 메트로 어린 시절 피아노 옆에 메트로 그걸 맞추는 게
And then we see this. He's drawing the kid in the car, right? There's another level of connection between two people. It's also a moment kind of captured in time in the different ways that that can happen. Man, even down to up to the universal level. Anxiety about the future lurks beneath the stage like a ghost. I scream, shout, and then come back. See, this is why I love to dig into the lyrics, because especially on a collab like this, you're not just getting Hobie's perspective throughout the song. You're getting this flavor of each of the artists involved. So whatever Hobie establishes NEURON to mean thematically, you're then going to get a taste of that from Gaeko's perspective. You're going to get a taste of that from yoonmirae's perspective. And then that kind of triangle creates the overall flavor for NEURON. I want to dig into the lyrics. I tell you what, let's put the lyrics on. Do I? I do. I want to read the lyrics. That's what I'm going to do. Keep it all together, and then we're gonna go through the whole album. All right, let me get some lyrics up here. All right, it's better than Genius.com, that's for sure. Not sponsored, by the way. Obviously. All right, you ready for this? All right, NEURON. I'll tell you again, we'll never ever give up, forever. I'll say it again, we'll always be alive to move us. Your deep-rooted movement, don't ever lose it, because above all else, it's priceless. Ooh, boy, I could tell you a story. NEURON, attention. NEWRUN ain't enough. All my neurons respond. Get up, new. Get up, Ron. Neuron, attention. New run ain't enough. My upright generosity begins. Better new, better run. So Hobie says, NEURON, it responds to my mind. NEURON, it responds to my life. New run, a time for myself once again. Get my nerves working again, just like the younger me. Dive. My body's freestyle, still freestyle. My timeless soul, a whole new type. Such a deep-rooted tree, like deep spring water, because these neurons are the cells that awakened me. You might also like. And then we've got the chorus again. We'll always be alive to move us. Okay, same refrain. And then Gaeko says, when the life I've lived is reflected on my face, I sneak a peek at the mirror, and what I see is not bad. I relaxed my shoulders to be upright, dozens of given motivation at the intersection connecting each neuron. I carefully assemble the meaning and reason of life, the driving distance of a lightning delivery ball, whether it be short or long, is up to each's decision. I no longer embrace bombs. I've passed the ball on to my crew. While I play catch-ball with my look-alike son on weekends, metro on the outskirts, the metronome next to my childhood piano. Matching it became my job, and the payout keeps piling up. Still on thin ice. Anxiety about the future lurks beneath the stage like a ghost. I scream, shout, and then come back. To relax with a bland, home-cooked meal, make some white noise. Interesting. Huh. Wow. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. And then yoonmirae comes in. J-Hope and yoonmirae, we are on a new level. Love and peace, the two letters roaming in my heart. Throw your peace in the sky with two fingers. But no, okie dokie, yo, dark-winged baby T. Little miss with a fiery smile. J-Hope done gave T the beat drop. Look at you, mad like how she got the best spot. How does she do this? Because you can learn to flow, but passion, it can't be taught. I got a passion for the game. Hustle, never stop. Music and family, that's what it's all about. They keep me going like day in and day out. Music and family, that's what it's all about. You keep me motivated on the days I hate it. Reminded me that God created something special. Look at me, I made it. Oh, that was such a good line. Picture of the kid right there. Look at me, I made it. And then you hear the voices. Oh, it's good. We'll never ever give up forever. I'll say it again. We'll always be alive to move us. I'll tell you again. And then back to the refrain. I'll tell you again, we'll never ever give up forever. I'll say it again, we'll always be alive to move us. Okay, so after reading the lyrics, I think, and this is kind of going back to what I said about the three of them and their perspective on neurons. And I will admit, neutrons, not so much. Neurons, that makes more sense. I feel like I'm onto something without anybody's help. Each of them lyrically, I feel like they give a flavor for what their life looks like and how they use it, how they use life, how they experience life. And then you do that with neurons. It makes you move. It's how you experience life, whether that's through movement or through family time or the fact that it is, it's an evolution. You know, Gaeko talked about the metronome on his childhood piano. So at that point in his life, that's what he was doing. That's how he was experiencing life. Hobie talks about the younger me, my nerves working again, my body's freestyle. These neurons are the cells that awakened me. The metronome next to my childhood piano, matching it became my job. Anxiety. To relax with a bland home-cooked meal. See, even that line says something to me. It's one of those things that you might kind of overlook and not realize. But some of you will understand that to relax with a bland home-cooked meal is an absolute godsend when you don't have it. And that's why lyrically, you gotta hear what's being said. That's pretty good. We go through all these three artists, even down to yoonmirae. I mean, she's got some sass in the beginning, of course. How'd she get the best spot? You can learn to flow, but passion, it can't be taught. Hustle, never stop. Music and family, that's what it's all about. They keep me going like day in and day out. Music and family, that's what it's all about. Reminded that God created something special. I feel like if Hobie were to go to each of these people and be like, write me one verse on what life is about. That's it. And this is what they came back with, wrapped up in a bow. This is what I got. This, if I take all of life and just put it into 22 lines, that's what I'm doing. So we get a little bit of a different aperture with each person. Oh, I love that quote in the end, too. What'd you think? What'd you think overall? I know somebody said they didn't quite get the video. I think that makes sense. Especially the first watch through. But I think now that we've gone through lyrically and we've kind of read through everything and we've kind of attached some visual pieces, I think to me personally it makes more sense. Even this scene right here, the world passing by, right? How these little tiny, seemingly inconsequential things, neurons, are literally the driving force behind all of it. All of it. And it's really kind of it's really kind of put together framework wise through moments. Like that's how we experience these things as humans, right? Like if you think of, as goofy as this is, if you tried to explain to somebody this, like us, okay, this sounds like a weird relationship moment, I apologize. But if you were to explain to somebody, oh, there's this guy on YouTube and he's got some friends in the chat and when they're my friends too, but so like we talk and then like sometimes he dresses up like an anime character. He wears like red heels one time, and he listens to music and then he talks a lot. And sometimes he gets drunk, but not all the time. They would be like, what the hell are you talking? Are you aware that you're still talking out loud? But you kind of remember these moments. Hopefully you don't remember this one. But generally speaking, it's these moments, these little snapshots that put together this overall piece that you remember as X or Y, or a piece of your life when you were 12 or yesterday or some big event that you will never forget. Not just for the event itself, but you will remember so many details of that event because those neurons were firing. Yeah. There you go. The neurons drive us to create, and the kid is going through life collecting memories as he becomes the older guy in the end. Oh, that's interesting. I had not seen that. Okay. See, that would make sense too, because if this is black and white.
We'll never ever give up forever. I say it again.
Wait a second. This is in color. Okay, so that does check out. We have negatives, so this shows progression from this camera that he had before. I'm going to test your theory, Thelma. Okay, so that's going to be a completely different medium outside of negatives. So he could have started here, essentially. But he also has that camera around his neck in the beginning. Here's the one thing that would throw that theory off for me. That this young boy is this gentleman right here. The one, I think it could work, but if we take the props in this scene, let's see what time frame we think we're looking at. We look at the lights, we look at the blinds on the windows, the furniture, the suitcase, the chair. This is probably going to be pretty modern day, right? So let's say it's 2020. We go back as far as 2010, even 2000, right? But let's say it's essentially modern. When we go back to where he is the boy, I didn't realize he was so early. Oh. So we have this gentleman here with the same camera. Oh, okay, interesting. Now the cars, I think, are also pretty modern still, right? Yeah, and I actually didn't even see that gentleman there in the beginning behind the camera. So it looks like this is the same guy here setting up the camera as at the end. It all happens so fast, you know?
Ever keep it forever. I say it again. Will always be a light to move on.
Okay, and again, these cars being modern, I can't necessarily fast forward this to 50 years to where it would be him looking at the pictures. It's a good theory, though. But maybe that speaks more to, because later we see the kid with the camera, right? The same camera as the man in the beginning. But maybe that speaks to how we each individually perceive life, our individual aperture as we kind of travel through this journey, if that makes sense. Yeah. Look at the hands on the colleague at the end.
Never ever give up forever. I say it again, will always be your life to move with.
Georgia, how far are you talking? Because that was the whole end and I didn't see anything. Maybe it's about going, the collage. You said the hands? The hands change.
Will always be a light to move on.
J-Ho, baby T.
And if you are on attention, and if don't argue with anger, find him more than the.
So the kid is involved with the project. He's in that room.
Get up, move, get up, run. And if you are on attention, and if don't argue with anger, she just you're golden at that point. Better
Okay, I see the hands on the wall. Definitely not the kids.
move, better run.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't. Passing on memories, I think, is interesting. That I can get behind. I wouldn't say time travel because, again, they would have to show when the boy is a boy, they have to show the props and surroundings and cars as that time. Like, that's how visually you represent that. You can't just show a kid and then show an old man and be like, oh, it's 60 years in the future. It doesn't work that way. To me, and if that's what they were trying to do, I don't think they sold that necessarily, but I can absolutely get behind the idea of, one, we see the boy taking pictures and creating memories. We see the older gentleman taking pictures and creating memories. This right here, it could be a collage of all of those memories and the fact that each of us kind of have a different lens that we experience life through. But all that to say, the beauty of this is there's 158 of us here together. There could be 158 interpretations and none of them could be wrong, right? Past, present, future, passing the torch, absolutely. Good stuff. And just the fact that we could go that deep and we could literally break this down for the next 5 hours and still not necessarily figure it out. A lot of different ways this could go. I like that.